Perfect. All right, so guys, let's talk about how exactly I get my credit repair clients and how I keep their calendars booked. And also, I want to talk about something a little bit different that actually works for me in terms of subcontracting out work. In terms of just literally residential, mostly residential contracting jobs. And it's actually a pretty interesting way maybe to inspire you guys to show off a little bit on how you guys can get your contractors more books. I know over here in our Discord, we got a lot of guys out here with these contracting agencies, and they're hitting me up like, "Yo, Blay, how do I get these contractors a booked calendar?" And I think I got the sauce for you guys over here. All right. So first, for starters, let's talk about let's start because now we're talking about contracting. Let's start about this real quick. So why move for contracting? It's gonna be a little bit difficult for Mikey over here on Discord. Everyone on Discord, it might be a little difficult for you guys to see my screen over here. But what I want to show you off is I do a couple of things to get my contractors a lot of work. I do a lot of organic posting. So over here, I created a Facebook group. This is how I get my contractors a book calendar. I do two things really, really well here. Is I do Google My Business amazingly. I'd make sure I have a whole bunch of Google My Businesses always on the top of Google search results. And I'll talk about that in a second. But I want to show you one thing that I believe is my number one thing that keeps my contractors a booked schedule. Let me share this off. Let me just get straight to the sauce over here. So I share my screen over here. Hemlock Happenings over here, guys. Hemlock Happenings is this Facebook group that we started maybe, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I don't really remember exactly the date, but we're almost at 1,000 members over here. Now, for some people, it might not say that's a lot, but this is a community group over here. This is a community Facebook group. And let me make sure, let me pause real quick. Like I said, guys, this is my money maker right here is through subcontracting. Because what I do, and I've always done this ever since I was in college. This is kind of like what started my marketing career. Is I would have these contractors over here that would get them jobs, and I'll get a little 10%, 15% retainer off of those jobs that I get these people. Whether it's like roofing jobs, painting jobs, landscaping jobs, whatever it might be. I always had a bunch of contractors around that needed more work. Because a lot of these contractors I find, and this is for all these contracting agencies out there, a lot of them I find is that they're old school. They don't believe in modern marketing methods. So it's a little bit difficult sometimes to get money from contractors to be able to put them on some sort of retainer to offer some sort of Facebook ads or something like that. So what I find really to be the best way of getting contractors is actually putting them on a performance fee. Okay, putting them on a commission basis. And what you do with that is you have these contractors on a commission basis, maybe 10 to 50% of the jobs. Obviously, at bigger jobs, like roofing jobs, might be a little bit less for you. But you really put these guys on a performance fee to really get yourself in the door to then later on get a performance fee and a management fee. But we'll talk about it later. But what I've really done to be able to solidify my contractors with just a shit ton of that's my dad over there, Jason Torado, with a shit ton of booked appointments or booked estimates and just more jobs is through like two means is to Google My Business, and the second one is to this Facebook over here. Facebook, what I've done is I created a community. So in my town, it's called Hemlock Farms. It's in Pennsylvania. I'm not there right now. I'm over here in Puerto Rico chilling. But in Pennsylvania, there's a community. It might have maybe 3,000 members in it. I don't want to say it's more than 3,000 members, but I don't know the exact figure. And so that means there's probably 3,000 homes that will need maintenance. So what I've built up over here is within this community a network of contractors that whenever somebody in the community needs work done, help, whatever, they go to my contractors. And because of that, I'm able to then get a little commission on there. So just by creating a Facebook group and kind of staying active on it. So we got people posting over here. We'll post up another place over here. Anyone interested in renting the summers? I want to break into the rental market as well too. But allow everybody else to post. We're always keeping this chat active, people engaging, commenting. You can do things. I've done things like giveaways. So I would literally do giveaways and I would show it to people's house with a pizza or something like that, just to make things fun. I'll do little bumper stickers as well too to this community. But all this stuff really is to build the community, because the more there's a sense of trust, a sense of community in this Facebook group, the more they're going to start referring me out, the more they're going to start trusting me. In this community, I'm known to as the go-to for just about anything. This is I'm known to be like the go-to for just about anything when it roofing, electronics, electric, plumbing, HVAC, flooring, everything, and I don't have to have the license necessarily, which is so cool because I just send them out to my contractors over here. A lot of times too, in the summer when it gets really, really busy, my contractors are super busy. I literally go to my college and I grab people or college or a gym, and I grab people that are willing to hold a leaf blower and just blow at jobs for me. You know, so the possibilities are endless, and it all really starts out. And I've realized, like, just after building offers after offers, having all these different online businesses, it really does come down to the core foundations of building a sense of community. Oh my gosh. Is our ability, let me mute these or something like that. Can I do this? Close all the chats for now, whatever. But it really comes down to building a sense of community, a sense of trust. Because honestly, guys, you can build just about anything. You can make money just about doing anything, guys. You can make fucking money selling snow to Eskimo if you wanted to. You can make money selling water to a freaking mermaid if you wanted to. You can really do anything. It doesn't take time. It takes time to understand the offer, to understand the lingo behind it. For medical stuff, it's more, you got to talk more professional, a different way. My credit for clients, a lot of them are to be honest, a lot of credit card guys are like these hood guys too. So you gotta be chill with these people. You gotta understand the lingo, you gotta understand the offer. And what really you gotta figure out though is you gotta figure out what people not necessarily need, but what they are willing to pay for. Because oftentimes there's a difference between what people need and what they're willing to pay for. In terms of contracting over here, some people if they have a ruptured pipe because winter is over here and the pipes burst if they don't release the pressure from the faucets. But a lot of times, the pipes burst and they're going for these cheap things that doesn't necessarily fix the solution because 3 months down the line using a cheap product is gonna fucking break. But they oftentimes they go for that. They're willing to pay for that, but with just $30 extra or whatever, if you can get this thing that would just solve this problem forever. But they're not willing to pay for that yet. So you got to figure out what they want first, what they're willing to pay for first. And with this over here, honestly, it's not that difficult because as we start growing this community, as we start building a sense of trust, we're posting constantly to our TikTok, and which you also just share it onto here because a lot of people are mobile watchers on Facebook, or just reshare it here. And a lot of the people that are on this Facebook group, they're always just referring us out more business. It's as simple as creating this community. And honestly, my way of really scaling this up, and I see this in the future, I see this very clearly in the future, is we build multiple different communities like this. So right now we got Hemlock over here. You got freaking Mosaic over here. You got the Woodlands over here. You got this over here, this over here, this over here. You keep on creating these Facebook groups, and you become the kind of like the monopoly between all of these communities because you own all these Facebook groups and you have all the contractors over around here and have them all subcontracted out. I could see that be worth crazy amounts of money, generating crazy amounts of cash. That's the next steps for us over here. We call it home heroes over here. But it's really just cool. We're building a sense of community. And for some contractors, it's difficult because to get them on board with this on a monthly retainer on this, because they don't see the bigger picture. They're seeing like, oh, I just run some Google ads and I get some more jobs. But yeah, you might get some more jobs, but do you have those guys constantly going to you whenever they have a problem? For the rest of the year, for the rest of the lifetime, they're always going to you. So it's interesting because you got paid ads and then you got like organic content like this. So when you're going into this, you got to really understand, how am I going to promote my business here? I'm going to run a shit ton of paid ads, and my marketing dollars only go as long as my budget is. Or am I going to put a little bit of extra work, make content, create a sense of community that are constantly always going to refer me business? That's more long term. Those long-term goals, those long-term commitments over there, it is hard to get contractors on board for, which is I'm saying you got to get on a performance fee for those. And my second way of really generating a shit ton of revenue for these contractors is to Google My Business, really. Because whenever somebody, let me get some water over here. Whenever somebody is looking for business in terms of contracting over here, and I know I'm talking about contracting, but I swear, don't worry, we'll move over to credit repair soon. But a lot of people just go straight to Google. It's either for contracting people, they go to somebody they know, they ask a friend, hey, do you know the landscaping company around here? You know, a local painter? They ask a family, a friend, or they go straight to Google. They quite literally ask Google, hey, Google, what's the best contractor near me? And this is now where Google My Business secret sauce comes into play. All right. So when it comes to Google My Business, it really comes down to ranking first page. Because if you're not first page, you're freaking last, to be honest. If you're not within that first 3 to 5 Google My Business slots, when somebody searches up best painter near you, it's you're not going to get a lot of business from Google My Business. You're not going to have the full, not going to have the full amount of, or not going to realize the full extent of what Google My Business can truly do for your business. I'm not too crazy about Yelp, but I do believe Google My Business is here to stay. Yelp is, I think Google My Business is a way bigger company. Is definitely gonna take down Yelp eventually, to be honest. But what I'm trying to say is with Google My Business, it really does come down to 3 main spots, 3 main aspects. I call them the 3 Ps: prevalence, prominence, proximity. So when it comes down to prevalence, prominence, and proximity, you got to think, and those are the 3 main things that really get you ranked. What do you got to do then? What I do is prevalence, prominence, proximity is I make sure that, first one over here, proximity. How far are you between the person that you are searching up, between the person that is searching up your service? So people that need a roof replacement, how far are they? The farther they are from your Google My Business location, the less you're going to rank. So what you can then do is to scale that up is you just get a bunch of PO boxes in the area, a bunch of online addresses, and have a whole bunch of Google My Business accounts, really. And you can do that with, if for us, we live in Milford. And in Milford, there's a bunch of surrounding towns. There's Wilkes, Scranton, Luzerne County, blah, blah, X, Y, and Z, all these different surrounding towns. What you can quite literally do is you can open up a Google My Business in every single 5, 6, 20 different spots surrounding that place and all get them ranked up by following these methods I'm about to show you. And you can absolutely crush it. You can monopolize an entire area because you're going to be the go-to in terms of just about anything. But in terms of searching up on Google. Then what you're going to do, so that's proximity. Now we got prevalence and prominence. Prevalence is how similar to the keyword that somebody's searching up is your SEO. So people searching up roofers, like let's say they got a roof in their leak. They got a roof in their leak. They got a leak on the roof. You're gonna search up on Google best leak contractor around or best roof repair contractor. Best. It does really come down to looking to Google Analytics and understand the lingo behind certain places, because you're going to be searching up best roofer in New Jersey, best roofer in Milford, Pennsylvania, best painter in Milford, Pennsylvania, best whatever in your certain location. So whenever you're posting on your Google My Business, it would just naturally make sense in terms of SEO wise to post with those keywords, because the more keywords that you have that people are actually searching up, the longer, ultimately, it's a business, and SEO works like this. The longer you're able to keep something onto your site, the more people go to your site, the more people check out your site, brings more traffic through Google. So you're going to be ranked in direct correlation to the amount of traffic you really have on that site, on that Google My Business. So all these different strategies, these 3 Ps over here is really just bringing more engagement to it. So like I'm saying, is with the right words that people are searching up, definitely impacts your Google My Business ranking. So as long as your posts and even the title of your Google My Business are similar to what people are searching up, then your Google My Business account is going to rank very, very highly. That, in addition to making sure you're staying active, making sure that you're getting a whole bunch of reviews. But there's text message and email campaigns that you can create to make sure that you get those reviews. All your past clients, send them out an email and send them out a text, and just have a simple yes or no in terms of if it's anything below 3 or 4 stars, you don't really send them over to the Google My Business. If it's 4 or 5 stars, you send them over to the Google My Business to then give you a review. If it's 4 or 3, if it 2 1 stars, you want to figure out kind of what's going wrong, because then you kind of don't have a good referral. And you guys all know how bad reputation goes out and just spreads like wildfire. So you don't want that definitely not to go. So what I'm trying to say is you kind of set up a simple little filtration automation, so that if they have a good review, you just send it over to Google My Business. Hey, send me over to Google My Business. Matter of fact, I'll even give you a Starbucks coupon for $5. Matter of fact, if you make me a video testimonial, I'll give you even a $20 Amazon gift card. You want to encourage those success stories. The success stories are worth like so much money. Success stories is social proof, and that's what this really sells a lot. So, like I was saying, so prevalence, proximity, and prominence. How active you really are as well too definitely counts. With Google My Business and my Facebook community alone, that was like most of my business right there. That's keeping me. I'm in Puerto Rico right now, and my business is active, and even in the winter. Okay, over in Pennsylvania. And it's really great because how I set it up is, you can set up super simple, because you can have a couple of virtual assistants just taking in the orders and allocating resources out to the jobs. Or what you can do is you can use something like Go High Level that automates the entire process for you guys. By the way, guys, if you need help setting that up, and no little shameless little promo over there, I got you guys. What I'm trying to say, guys, is with the possibility of with like AI and Go High Level and these CRMs, it really is just up to what you can possibly imagine. And like I said, you can really make money doing anything. But think about it. Whatever you're making money doing, you're gonna have to be in the game for at least 2+ years to really see some money coming in. So you got to be really, really passionate about what you're doing, because I can't say that it's gonna be perfect within the first jump. I can't say that you're gonna win the lottery off the next business, because it's always a learning curve. You're really gonna get paid in correlation to the amount of to the big how you're gonna get paid into the correlation of the amount of solutions that you solve, or the problems that you solve. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk said that. So bigger ideas will get you paid a lot more than smaller ideas. So I got this little Facebook community on here. Bigger ideas, have multiple different communities and have multiple different contractors, and really just automate it really well so it just works and start printing money, guys. That's the entire point of this freaking Discord, is to create money printers to allow us to do these things that we want to do, guys. I was just at the beach, had a great time. Oh yeah, played some volleyball today. But let's talk about the next thing, guys. Let's talk about credit repair, because credit repair is my next moneymaker over here. Wait, brother, team building thread, exactly what we needed, trying to make a vision. That's right, trying to make a vision, guys. But what I'm trying to say is, let's talk about credit repair, because that's my second moneymaker. That's really what got me to like drop out of college. Well, low ticket subscriptions, and then also credit repair got me to really drop out of college. But let's talk about credit repair. So with credit repair, guys, what I found that really worked, that allowed me to sell a whole bunch of courses, allowed me to sell SaaS, Go High Level as a service, allows me to sell snapshots for $1,000, $3,000, courses, like crazy. And I remember during Corona, I started selling these snapshots, and through this method I'm about to tell you. During Corona, everybody was hurting. I felt it, and then I was selling these snapshots for $1,000 or $2,000, and I was selling them multiple times a week. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. This is untapped market." But it really is, because it was an untapped market. It's exactly what it was. I realized that in the credit repair niche, these credit repair business owners, they're all hopping into credit repair, because you got credit repair cloud and client dispute manager, these backend softwares, not necessarily CRMs or sales managers, but backend softwares that actually handle the disputes, or we're making it very popular for credit repair, more for people to become credit repair companies, especially in entrepreneurs. And so I realized that. So then all these people, they had this client dispute manager, they had this credit repair cloud over here, these disputing teams, they got it all covered. That's all they doing, all the marketing for me in terms of bringing more clients my way. So what I really did is I created a software behind Go High Level, the CRM and its process, that made it really easy for clients, for credit card companies to handle all the sales and handle all the fulfillment of services. And really how I did it, I created a course and I started selling that. But how I did it, now this is the mastermind behind it, is I hired, I would put out, as I would work. This is the mastermind behind it. What I would do is I wouldn't necessarily create something first and sell it. What I would do is I would get hired to create something, and then I would sell that. So I would do these consulting sessions for clients, hopping on the call with them. I got the solution. It's gonna cost you $500. It's gonna cost you a grand over here. It's gonna take 2 calls. I put together an SOP for you, and you got it. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And through these consulting sessions, I'm helping people set up the CRM because everybody that wanted to run credit repair, they want to go straight to go high level, and go high level doesn't really have a credit repair CRM, and I honestly I don't think there ever will because it usually is a lot of custom stuff they got to build out with it. Um, but but people would hire me to help them set up their CRM. People would hire me to help them run Facebook ads for the credit card companies. People would hire me to help them manage their social media. But and when I would do that, I would create these courses as I was consulting with these clients, as I was telling them, hey, this is how you set up the Go High Level CRM. Hey, this is how you're gonna set up the Facebook Pixel, do aggregated measurements when that was the thing. How you're gonna set up the ads, the strategy behind social media and these different things. And I would just, as I was going, I had my computer on the left side over here, and I was writing out the course. I was completely writing out the course and the SOPs on how to set up the CRM. So I was getting paid to set up the CRM that I would later sell to other people, is how I set it up. And what was really great about that is I listen. Now, not gonna call anybody out, but listening is very important. But really listening when you're listening to these clients, you understand the problems that they have. You understand what they're willing to pay for, and you understand what you need to put exactly in that course that people are going to be selling or buying. So I created these courses based upon what I've heard in these consulting sessions and what people want. And then what I did is I created a mixture of what people want and incorporate what people needed based upon I know and go high level. They need to have, a confirmation appointment reminder. They never knew that, but I know generally they need that. They need to make sure their appointments are confirmed. They need an AI to make sure to help them with the onboarding sequence. They need X, Y, and different things over here, retargeting campaign, simple things I would add. They never wanted that. But during the consulting things, like, hey, by the way, you need this, and I'll help you set it up with you, and then just give me a nice video success story. But so I set up a retargeting campaign or do whatever it is. But by listening and creating that course, I create this amazing course packed with information. Now all I gotta do is sell it. Now, how do I sell that course? How do I sell that CRM? YouTube. You can't really use Google My Business with that, but you can use YouTube. You can use Instagram. You can use Facebook. My main money maker was YouTube. So what I did is I realized, okay, people coming into credit repair, these finance P managers is hyping it up. Everybody become a credit repair business owner. Cool. What I did is I realized that they're doing all the marketing for me. What I got to do is I want to leverage Credit Repair Cloud. I want to leverage Client Dispute Manager. Those two softwares are the main softwares of credit repair companies. I'm going to leverage that. I'm going to bounce off of that. I'm going to use their SEO to promote my courses and my Go High Level CRM. So in my SEO on YouTube, even when you can do this for running ads, you use Leadforce. But on layman's terms, this is the easiest thing, is you go on YouTube and you quite literally say, you type in problems that credit repair people have in terms of setting up the Go High Level backend sales manager or their Facebook account. So I would do how to set up your how to link your Go High Level account to Credit Repair Cloud, how to link your Go High Level account to Client Dispute Manager, to Smart Credit, which is one of the credit monitoring services, to X, Y, and Z, everything else. I would search within their Facebook group, understand their lingo, understand the problems they're having, and I would make videos exactly like that. And this is the crazy part, is I would make these videos that go like 30, 45 minutes long, probably like one of these strategy sessions over here is, this is exactly how I do it. And they would see these videos that are based upon Client Dispute Manager. I would have one of those logos on the thumbnails or something like that. I would the YouTube title is packed with SEO. The description is packed with SEO, and people will come to me watching these videos. My video will quite literally show them exactly how to do it. They'll be like, okay, he just showed me exactly how to link Go High Level to Client Dispute Manager. He made it very easy, actually. I know I have to set up a whole lot. And I know that there's probably things I'm just missing that he probably knows. That Blade, the big boss Blade, probably knows because he set up 1,000 of these. I'm just gonna hit that link. I'm gonna give Blade a call, and he's gonna set everything up for me. Okay, at least the ballers that watch the video, Which is why it's always good to have a high ticket product and a low ticket product. And I really learned that, guys, because you're always going to have, the big ballers that just want to buy the most expensive shit. And you could always gonna have those guys just breaking into the credit card market. Maybe they've been rubbed wrong, or they don't trust a lot of people, or they don't have a lot of trust on it. And they buy a lower ticket product, and then you kind of put them into this community. You offer a whole bunch of value, you teach them a whole bunch of shit, and they start making some money based upon your low ticket stuff, or just being in your community, or just loving the stuff that they're providing, and they upgrade with you. They get some sort of consulting package with you, or some sort of mentorship, and all you guys can build this out yourself. Literally just copy exactly what I'm doing, because it's what works. It's what really allowed me to drop out of college, guys. It's pretty freaking awesome. Obviously pick a niche. So for those of you guys that are just starting out, pick a niche that you see yourself doing for a while, because you're gonna have to understand the offer. You're gonna have to understand, like, or just do something based on what you're doing right now. One of my buddies right now, he was really into franchising. Okay, I don't really want to go too much into it, but he was really into franchising. Um, and what he did is he worked for a bunch of franchises. But he worked for a billionaire that was a franchise billionaire, and he was like the manager of the multiple different franchises. So what he then did is he built a marketing company around that, and this guy's making some crazy cash doing this right now, because he just immediately leveraged that billionaire that already has all these franchises. He understands lingo, and just built software around it just to make his life easier. So I'm trying to say is do things around what and build with scalability in mind. Definitely build with scalability in mind. And it's kind of my last thing I want to kind of get off here is really, when you're building this, it all really comes off of trust. I built this Valify company over here, incredible feat. It was me and it was three or four other guys in a company called Valify. It was a crypto company. And we raised $1.4 million within the first 4 days. Obviously there's 4 or 5 months worth of work prior to that, but the way we sold out like that, the way we sold out was because we built a community. We really built a community with a vision in mind. And I like this in lamest terms, this superhero. Everybody likes a superhero story. I love watching Batman. I love watching Superman, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there probably love watching those guys as well too. We all love a superhero story. We all can get behind a superhero, a good superhero. My Discord over here, I want to create an alpha fucking community, an alpha network of people that just understand how to build these money printers so that they can just have more financial freedom and do the things that they want to do. We have this superhero story where we're fighting against the typical 9 to 5. We're fighting against, the monotonous 9 to 5, doing what the matrix tells you to do, and more so building these lifestyles for ourselves. And that's why it's called a project, because we're building it right now to be able to do and just enjoy our lives on our terms, on the ways that we want to enjoy our lives. And it all really comes down to, like I said, building that community, building that sense of trust, embarking in a vision. Me and Daniel before in Discord, we're talking about, yo, Blake, how the fuck do you build a team of just people that are going to crush it, alphas that are going to crush it? It's right, is literally is to build a superhero story. Build a vision that you all see. Valify, we have this vision in terms of, we're going to sell these NFTs, and we're going to make money based upon transactions. And maybe down the line, we'll add a couple other things. We have this story, this superhero thing that we're going to build money on transactions. Fighting against, a recent scam that happened. It was called Ring. You guys all know about all these crazy crypto scams, or they're always still happening. Watch out. But it was Ring. It was a crypto scam that the developers ran off with like $10 million. Okay, so we kind of bounced off of that, built our own community with complete transparency, fighting against shady shit, pretty much. That was our arch villain. We're fighting for a project with transparency, even if it doesn't make the most crazy amount of returns. doesn't matter because it's 100% transparency. We know, you can see in the blockchain where exactly money is being flown everywhere, and we built this community that, we got transparency at its freaking core, and we're gonna all make money together as a team through the blockchain, through transactions happening on our chain. Fighting against, once again, fighting against scams, non-transparency, shady developers, shady people. And like I said, guys, in 4 days, there's 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months of work. 4 days, we sold out, guys, and then another 3 or 4 days later, that another 750, guys. The possibilities are limitless. And honestly, guys, we probably could have got another 10 fucking mil if we just shot bigger, if we just thought bigger. To be honest, for some people, us talking these numbers over here, 5 grand, mil, whatever, some people might be the biggest amounts, but that's for the people that are directly correlating those amounts to time spent to make that money. So we need to devise these printers that we don't have to sacrifice time anymore to make money, because the more that we didn't buy groceries today. I just got back from Walmart, okay, and we just got back from Walmart. And what the fuck we bought? We bought Nerf bullets. We bought like a Nerf blaster, some water. We bought a Starbucks drink and something else. It was like $80, guys. And I can just correlate this to back in the days, when I first started my landscaping company, when I was hustling back, riding my skateboard to these landscaping jobs, pushing a leaf blower or pushing a lawnmower on my skateboard. Like I would do it wrong, and I would do like, hey, it'll take me like 2 hours over here. Let's do 15 an hour. That's like $30 over here is how I'll charge for it, And then looking back in those days where I was like, okay, 2 hours, that's $30 for me. I just spent $80 on some Nerf bullets. That's like 4 hours right there. Like, that's crazy. So we need to really think smarter in terms of financial literacy, in terms of building out these money printers, so we don't have to sacrifice time for money anymore, so that we can just do these things that we really fucking love doing, buying Nerf guns, shooting your girlfriend with Nerf guns, and don't have to really worry about that time spent to buy these $80 Nerf bullets, and some freaking water. So guys, I want to get out of this video over here once again, I'm hungry. I want to make some dinner over here. And if you guys have some questions, pop it up in the chat below. But is to really, really build a community, because you can make money doing anything. We've all heard the stories. Build a sense of community with the superhero vision. Okay, get 1,000 people to back your vision, and you're gonna have financial independence. I can always guarantee that. Guys, asking for money and stuff like that, selling stuff isn't hard once you guys understand that vision and build a sense of community. Let me see. What'd you say over here, my man? What'd you say? What'd you say? How would you get in the rooms where the money flows the most abundantly? That completely depends on where the money is. Over here, I'm in Puerto Rico right now. I'm over here in Puerto Rico because a lot of money is in Puerto Rico. I see that a lot of it is in Viejo San Juan. A lot of it is in WhatsApp groups in Spanish over here. I just did this deal with the solar representative, Roberto. Are you in here, bro? Yeah, I don't know if you're in here, but whatever. But we just did this with Roberto because he's a solar dealer in a WhatsApp group in Puerto Rico. I'm looking to get a duplex over here, or I'm maybe might fly over to Florida. We're kind of on the fence over here. But what I'm trying to say is that I was looking for these duplexes over here. So I was just joining these Facebook groups, and I realized there's a bunch of solar dealers in these Facebook groups. The culture is completely different based upon where you are. Maybe you're in Texas or something like that. Maybe they don't use WhatsApp. Maybe you more use Telegram or Facebook. But you got to figure out your niche. Where do they like to hang out? A lot of realtors, they like to hang out in these WhatsApp groups. So I would start making sure it's known that my social media on there is completely optimized. When people hit my profile, when I'm talking, doing basic things, human nature is to like look at the person you're talking to, especially on Facebook and WhatsApp. So make sure your thing is optimized perfectly to say that, hey, I'm the solar expert or whatever it might be. And chatting, social media it's called social media for a reason. This might be the most lamest, geekiest thing, but it really is dependent on how social you are on these platforms. I'm on Instagram right now, because that's where a lot of my niche is right now. That's a lot of my credit card guys. They're always flexing on Instagram, you know. So what I do is these are showing off the lifestyle. And that's what you should do, is you should show off the lifestyle. You should future pace people. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of my niche is on Instagram. So I want to make it known that on Instagram, I'm not a go-to funnel marketer and AI automation expert, so my social media is optimized that. But it really comes down to where they are. If you're doing, if you want to do a referral campaign to mortgage brokers, I know we're doing that a lot, is where are these mortgage brokers hanging out? I go to Florida a lot, and whenever I go to Florida, I'm always invited to these realtor meetups. You can go to Facebook group, you can go to Evently, you can go to what's it called, ticket.com, what that app is called, brain fart, travel. There's a whole bunch of them, but you can join these apps, find these events with these realtors, and make it super easy for you to hand out a business card. That was one big play that I had as well too, is that when I was doing this marketing for contractors, now this is one of my coolest ones, is that I would quite literally go to two things actually. I did this for contractors, and I did this to get more home inspection jobs too as well. Is I will go to mortgage brokers, I'll go to realtors, and this is exactly what I do. Is I'll go with a thing of chocolates. Either chocolates or Dunkin' Donuts both work great. And I have my business card in that box of chocolates. I'll have my business card in the box of donuts. And I'll go out to the first lady up there, like, hey, I just want to give this to you, or anybody around here that I might be able to kind of meet. And I would have these business cards on here, and the person at the front desk would want to feel obligated, because I give them chocolates. They would want to feel obligated to then introduce me to the realtor, to the mortgage broker, to the property management company, to the whoever it is. And yeah, it might not make business right then and there, but they would have my business card. They would have my website. I'd be like, hey, by the way, just favor that whenever you get another credit per person coming in, favor my website over here. I'll make sure I cash you up. I'll make sure that they definitely come back to you. Because a lot of these mortgage brokers, I know sometimes they're allowed to take, money. Sometimes they might be okay with taking like a Starbucks gift card. But most importantly, the one thing on their mind is bring them back to them. Like, yo, guess what? You might not have a credit per client right now, but keep this business card, or keep this refrigerator magnet, or whatever. What do you have? Keep this little QR code over here. Whenever you do have a credit card client, and bookmark it onto your Chrome browser. Whenever you have somebody that can't get approved for a mortgage, bring them over to me. I'll make sure they go back to you. I'll create a separate funnel just for you, template to you, so that you can refer people over to my credit pair. You make money on there, and then I'll make sure that they go back to you so that you can still get that business. It really comes down to building that sense of community. Once again, that sense of trust. We can send ads out to 1,000 different mortgage brokers, but it doesn't necessarily mean that those mortgage brokers are going to refer you over business. So you really want to develop those relationships. You want to make sure that you're always on the top of their mind. How do you do that? Making sure that you're creating this content, that you're following these people, that you're creating this content around what you do. Because making sure you create content around what you do, because you're going to pop up on their feed. Creating email campaigns that pop out to them at least once a week about, making money by sending out the non-approvals to my credit bureau company. Making sure the emails are constantly on their inbox, making sure that content is constantly on their Instagram, on their Facebook, on their WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you can put stories on. Facebook, you can put stories. Instagram, you can put stories. I believe that most deals honestly happen through stories itself. So when you bring this realtor, when you bring this mortgage broker, it really isn't just bringing him in. It really does come down to like, hey, making sure that I'm always on top of your mind. Once a month, you got the address down, send them a box of chocolates. Guys, it costs $15. But this realtor is gonna send you 3 clients a month. An average credit client is 500 to $1,000. Let's say it's $1,000, $3,000 right there. You can afford fucking $20 for chocolates on there. Fuck yeah. That's, I honestly, I learned that tactic right there, that chocolate method from my grandpa. Shout out to my grandpa over here. His name is Giga. That's why I call him Giga. but he was a home inspector, and I would work with him to get more jobs with him. And honestly, we devised that solution. Well, he devised it. He kind of taught him between me and my grandpa. That's what works. It really is what works, is forming these business relationships so that whenever they think somebody comes in with a credit repair guy, they're like, oh my gosh, Blade's the one. I always see his Instagram. He sent me a newsletter last week. Yo, I just ate his donuts. Those donuts are great. Shout out to my grandma. Fuck yeah. Shout out to family, honestly. Shout out to freaking family, guys. Making these people, making these business partners like your family, guys. These are all humans. Doesn't matter if you're talking to somebody that's about to spend $1,000 with you. Doesn't matter if you're talking to somebody that's about to spend $1 million, $1 billion on you. They're all people. And you're gonna see that when the transaction gets bigger, more they don't rely on your company, more they rely on the trust that they have with you. So if a deal doesn't really go down the way you want it, usually is because for some reason they don't trust you. They don't trust that you can get them the results that you're saying. They don't trust that you can say communicate. They don't trust that you have the good team, whatever it is. They don't trust you. And that's why every single freaking course starts off with mindset. You gotta become fucking alpha. That's why it's called the fucking Project Alpha. What I'm trying to say is that when you're dealing with these big companies, it's a human being. Talk to these human beings like you would freaking talk to a friend, because the more that they can trust you, the more you can start this friendship between this business relationship, the more they're going to be they're going to be feeling more at ease when it comes to spending money with you, because they know that if anything happens, they're still your friend over here. And it should be fun. Making money is fun, guys. Making money is freaking fun, guys. Do you have any more questions before I hop off, my guys? My guys, my girls, my dudes, everybody out here, because I'm getting a little hungry. Mm. Regardless, everybody, guys, you're on my Discord, guys. We're gonna make 10 millionaires this year, guys. This is February. This is a fucking fantastic month because it's my fucking birthday month, guys. So let's make more money than we ever made this month ever. Okay. February starts with F, starts with fuck. Yeah, we're gonna make a fuck ton of money this month. All right, guys. Fuck yeah, guys. Thank you guys. Always be here, Danny. Big shout out to you, my man. I love chatting up with you on the Discord, brother. Let's crush it, guys. James, I love having you over here as well, too, guys. James, thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody showing up and your love, support, and affection, guys. This is one family, and we're all gonna make money together. See you guys later. Let's crush it this week, guys. Peace out. Corey's gonna be out here soon.